Hello, how are you? Here I am sitting in my kitchen here at Kingsford and sitting in New South Wales very late 2014 and trying to answer one of the most perplexing questions of our age, which is why are so many people single? And because I have a few theories on this, right? So I believe that look, there are really good things about being single, and there are some not so good things about it too. But basically, I think a lot of us have got a lot to be proud of because we don't see the positive side of it. It's good and it's bad. So a lot of us are single because let's face it, we're too fussy, we're too fickle, we want to be independent. A lot of people don't want to give up their freedom without a very good reason. I think it's also economics as well. A lot of people have got the money. Like a lot of people, being men or women, they're very independent. They've got good jobs. You know, we don't really need to have someone unless we really want them. I think on another level, a lot of us, whether we're gay or straight, we're suffering from the Cinderella complex. I think because I'm almost 50 and years of watching TV, I don't think was that good for us because we had this fantasy of like the perfect lover, the perfect person. And I think a lot of us have got too high standards and high expectations. And I think high standards and high expectations have got something to do with the fact that we are more of a consumer-orientated society. That what we want is based on like a thing rather than a non-thing kind of thing. Oh God, it's a bit funny, but I think the fact that we're less religious has got something to do with it as well, because it's about what we want, not about what is. What else is there? Why so many people so single? Is that I think also that the older you get, the harder it is to find the right person, because we get set in our ways and it's very hard to adjust and stuff like that. And I think as you get older, you kind of like you maybe people become more worldly and they've got more assets and stuff like that, and you think, well, I want to try and find someone that's on my level kind of thing. Another reason why a lot of older people are single is because we don't want to end up with someone like us. Which I think that, look, let's face it. I think another issue is that when we get older, we look at these young, attractive people, because even though, like me, I've aged on the outside, on the inside, I still think like I'm 19 or 30. And then I'm looking at people that are a lot younger than me, looking at them, and they're looking at me like I'm some dirty old bald-headed chubby man, like daddy, kind of thing. Okay, the topic of daddy brings up a lot of other issues for all of us, is that sugar daddies, there are a lot of people that that take others on, the wealthy older guy with the younger, broke partner kind of thing. A lot of people opt for that. I have not opted for that. Maybe I should, but I haven't and I can't. So, that's the story. That's why I think a lot of us are single. And also, I tell you what it is for a lot of people, older people, is that like I've got a lot of female friends, right? And I say to them, like if you want to meet someone, you've got to go online. But a lot of people don't want to go online. That's the big problem. And I also have this theory that I think a lot of the good ones are taken. I think people are like stock, like hot stock, and underperforming stock, and I think the good ones get snapped up really, really quickly, and it's a very competitive market as well. So it's not getting any easier. Like I wonder, like what do we do? Do we all go out there and get Botox and then get like get all stretched out and look like, we've got cling wrap stretched off our face. I'm not sure. It's a tough one. Another issue is that there are a lot of single people around. And I think that makes it worse because we're not a rare commodity, you see. There's too many of us around, and then people can pick and choose. And then it's not nice. Yeah, it's not nice being left on the shelf, is it? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, anyway. So what can we do about it? Well, I think the best thing to do is to have a lot of good friends. Because if you go out on your own, you look desperate, or it just doesn't work. It's nice. I believe that if you want to meet people, you've got to have other really good friends to go out with. The problem with that is like you end up competing with them as well, because if they're like you, if they're also single, same age group, same demographic, it's like then everyone's prowling around for what's left over. So that's a catch. But very important to have a lot of good company, and I think good company attracts more good company if the intentions are okay and we're not madly competing with each other. What else can we do? We also have to have a lot of interests. Because I think if we're busy doing stuff, then we're more attractive. But at the same time, I think if people are buried in their jobs, that's not good either. Because I know with friends of mine, it's like they're almost hitting 50, they're getting really tired, they're losing their motivation. A lot of men have got, like pot bellies, and the women start to put on all of this weight, and you lose your confidence, and then you end up on this downward spiral, and then you don't feel like going out and stuff like that. So I think if you're under a lot of work pressure, then that's bad, but then at the same time, people kind of like meet each other through work, I guess. But in actual fact, it's really happening online. The problem with looking for love online is that you don't know who you're dealing with. That's the problem. I mean, I know, I'm honest, this is really me, and but yeah, I've had a lot of really bad experiences. There's a lot of online scammers and a lot of dishonest people. And the problem is, the older you get, the more people are lying, because what happens is, like, it might be the real person, but you're looking at a 10-year-old photo, right? And then you finally go to meet them. Well, if they're lying, they're not going to want to meet you. They're going to lead you on. There's a lot of lonely people out there that are leading each other online, and then the problem is that if they're lying, you're not going to meet them. But then there's a lot of people that are putting up 10-year-old photos, and then I've met these people, and then you meet them and you think, oh my God, like you are like 10 years older and 20 years, heavier and like a lot grayer, so that is the problem. So I think a lot of it's got to do also with accepting growing old, and I think it's about finding, an equal person. Like I've lived with a lot of incredibly young, attractive people in my house that I share with, and I can tell you that beauty is very thin and very vacuous. The world is full of young, attractive, boring, annoying people. So it's about, I believe if you're going to be honest with yourself, you've got to try and find your equal, because equality is balance as well. Or you could say opposites are balance as well too, in another way, in another extreme. I think it's about trying to find someone, if you're going to be realistic, because look, I've got a lot of female friends and male friends, and they all want, it's like they look like a half-baked disaster, and they want to find someone that looks like a porn star. Like, get real. I really believe that we get lost in our fantasies, So you've got to try and find someone your own age that you're attracted to, that you can communicate with and trust, And when it comes to trust is a challenge. It really is, because you can't keep an eye on people, and I think trust has to come from something deep. I think it comes through your emotions, like, do you feel comfortable with this person? Do you trust this person? And also, they've got to have time for you, because I think a lot of people don't have time for each other as well. Anyway, thanks for listening. This is part 1 of why are so many people single. Bye.